look at how my head doesn't disappear.
So, alright, so Lord Jamar used to be in a group called Brand Nubian, but like his really claim to fame is he does a couple verses on a tribe called Questa on the Low End Theory.
Okay. I've heard that name before.
I don't know what he does now for a living or anything, but like there's this guy on the internet named DJ Vlad. He's a white guy, and
DJ Vlad?
yeah, they bonded. Yeah, he's like an emotional vampire, because what he does is, the thing is Lord Jamar was just completely gone, but for some reason he got Lord Jamar on the show, and then once they started talking about gay people, they realized they had a connection, which is their loathing for gay people.
They both hate gays and became besties over it.
Besties. You could say boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean, because, like, why else would you both... Wow, you hate gay people, too? You think being gay is a choice? Yeah, I choose not to be gay all the time, too.
Bro, you want to go choose not to be gay tonight?
Yeah. Let's see how long we can hang out together tonight without being gay.
I want to go see Cats, and then we can not be gay together.
Let's sit real close and not be gay next to each other.
I love donating blood because I'm so not gay. Like, have you had gay sex in the past year? I haven't had gay sex in the past ever, dude.
Listen, when I walk into this building, I'm choosing not to be gay. Because being gay is a choice.
I choose to walk into a building just like they choose to put their dicks into a black
Yes,
hole.
and I choose to believe those buttholes were vaginas.
Close your eyes and just push through it, man.
So,
God
yes,
works in mysterious ways. What?
You want to play it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this is gonna... But this is sort of funny. I picked... Professor Griff would have been too easy. Professor Griff from Public Enemy?
Right.
Yeah, he's the... he would have been too easy, because that thing...
Oh, it's a transgender. I thought it was a gay person.
No, he talks about being gay.
To
him, they're interchangeable.
I thought it was just a straight dude right there.
To him, they're interchangeable. But, yeah, Professor Griff was where I was originally introduced.
You heard about the Waka Flocka thing? Nah, what happened? So, you just saw the Waka Flocka
He stole his name from
statement on The Breakfast Club.
Waka
Finally, somebody speaking some sense. Kind of sounds along the line of what you say. Finally, somebody besides me speaking some sense. Somebody of this generation, too. That's very important. He said, you rebuking God. God ain't put them feelings in you. That's the devil playing tricks on your mind. That's a test from God.
Science.
Now, you can't listen to this in some spooky religious way. Okay?
What did he just say? What kind of a religious way?
A spooky religious way.
Oh, he can say that.
Okay.
Because he's black.
Because Waka Flocka.
Because spook. It was the joke.
Oh. Okay.
It's like he doesn't punch down? Right. All
Okay.
right.
What he's saying is psychologically, this is not something that is natural to you within your nature.
He's not wearing his fake
Paul?
glasses.
And that certain things have been planted into your psyche by
White people.
negative forces that on this planet people call the devil, but
On this planet?
we're not talking about some ooh. We're talking about concepts and ideas and certain lifestyles or death styles, as
Lifestyles or what's a death style?
I don't know. I heard that in a Metallica song, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like a 90s New York hip-hop group, dude. We're death styles.
Yeah, they're like goth hairdressers.
How old do you think his daughter was when he told the doctor that he didn't have to check her hymen anymore? This guy is gnarly, dude.
Yeah, he looks beat up, too.
He's just like, yo.
Like his black cracks.
Hating gay people is profound.
Exactly. Psychologically.
That's what they are. But anyway, he's letting people know this is not something natural to you. But he's saying it in the most plainest way, like in the most, that a Christian would understand.
In the most waka flocka
that
way.
you're rebuking God. You're rebuking nature. You're rebuking.
But it feels so
He just
natural
said-
when Vlad has his cock in your butt.
He just said that, like, he says it in a way that's easy for Christians to understand. But those aren't the people that he needs to tell. Like, most gay people don't give a fuck about what God thinks because they don't believe in God.
Yeah.
And if they do, they obviously don't think it's a God that hates gay people.
Well, Waka Flocka was on a radio station, and they asked him about Caitlyn. He just brought up Caitlyn Jenner out of the blue and just said how freaky he was and how the devil was in him, or in her, whatever.
Not joking at all.
Not joking at all. He's very serious.
That's weird. He's a vegan, so that's pretty good.
Is he for real?
Waka Flocka, not Caitlyn Jenner. I don't know her dietary. She eats estrogen, am I right? Because she needs it.
She eats soy. That's how she grows her breasts.
He had a video he had like a little Vice video of him making vegan blueberry muffins, and for real, the entire video, he just talks about being vegan, like the whole
real?
stereotype. Yeah,
So
it's
he's
so
like-
funny.
So he's like a soy boy.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
How nature has structured itself in order to thrive. You see, in order for nature to thrive, certain things have to be set up in a certain way. And procreation between
Wow.
the male species and the female species is the dominant way of advancing
How come you're not teaching
all
biology,
things,
dude?
on this
He
planet.
needs to be in a classroom.
He's selling it.
To explain
He's
sperm
selling it
going
with
into vaginas.
incredible confidence. You can tell he was repeating this to himself for the past 2 or 3
He's
weeks.
like, Vlad only asked me about gay stuff.
Yeah. Only bring up the queer shit that we talked about before.
Because what's funny is Vlad. This is what's funny is because I really kind of want to call the segment "Black People Talking About Gay People," but the truth is Vlad is white, and Vlad never admits. He'll always try to do a hands off, I don't hate gay people. I don't have gay people. But Lord Jamar, let me ask you a question.
So Vlad is a trans male? Like a female to male?
No, he's just some white guy.
I thought you said they were trans.
No. Waka Flocka was on Breakfast Club talking about trans stuff, and that's how it got brought up.
Okay, so
So Lord Jamar and Waka Flocka and Vlad, transgender and gay are all interchangeable things.
And then you inferred that Lord Jamar and Vlad might have a thing together.
I think they're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay, see, whenever you said boyfriend and girlfriend,
is that it? That's why I said.
yeah, because it's that they're still both
Oh yeah,
men,
yeah. I know.
So it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, but I always think
don't
male, female parts.
Well, it doesn't work like that.
I know. I think of it in terms of plugs.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
my bad.
Grow up.
Okay. I'll try and be more mature.
And to try to reverse that and tell me about a few, penguins or some shit that might fuck each other, 2 male penguins or some shit like that. You just tell me about more abnormality. Yes, abnormality exists within nature, but we can't make the abnormal normal. So he's saying, first of all, and we talked about how feelings are external things. We talked about this in past interviews. Where are your feelings coming from? These are things that are coming from outside of you. Feelings. So don't tell me about your fucking feelings when your feelings are not really you. They're not really they're not just organic. They're not just there. Like, people just act like shit is just real haphazard in the world. There's a reason for everything. And a lot of times it's not just one thing. It could be multiple things. So he's saying don't get confused by these feelings, which have been planted within you within many different ways. Not just genetics, with the concepts, with the food that you eat.
Here we go.
The fucking soaps and shit that you use, the colognes and shit that's sprayed on. You don't know what's in those chemicals.
Amounts of male cum
what are in those
chemicals?
Snack
every night.
No idea. You have no fucking idea. But now all of a sudden men are getting breast cancer just along the same thing as women. They thought it was, because a woman goes through this. Nah. There's some other shit. You better figure this shit out. And a lot of it has to do with, your diet.
What?
Like if you eat too much cotton candy, you become a homo.
That's super weird. One time I was talking to a guy about this. I was like, do you think people are born gay or do you think it's a choice? And I guess I made the mistake of referring to it as genetic, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he took that as hereditary, and like one of his comebacks was like, if it's genetic, then why aren't we all gay? And I was just like, I mean, the same reason we have different colored hair and shit like that. Like, what kind of, like, you think, like, yeah, if your mom's third cousin is gay, then you are also gonna be gay. It's like baldness on your mom's dad's side.
Yeah.
It's the same with being gay, but it's your mom's third cousin.
There's like a pile of different reasons, but it's partially genetic.
Yeah, I mean, there's genetic, and then people that just like to get down.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfume. You don't know what's in that shit. Did he just say he doesn't bathe?
I don't know.
What is that?
I don't use soap.
He was like, listen.
Because I don't know if that soap is going to make me gay. Science has proven that.
I don't use the soap that's for men because I feel like that shit's a trap.
I think they're lying to me.
I don't do that Dove for men bullshit.
Yeah, rubbing a man soap on me is like rubbing a man on me.
I rub Dial hand soap all over my body.
If you use like candy scented kid soap, then you'll turn into a pedophile.
That's really weird. That's not where I thought that was going. Like, he didn't even bring up like that much about like parenting and stuff. He just kind of said the concepts and then went to clothes and perfumes and food you eat.
You don't know where your feelings
Was he
are
literally
coming from.
saying that the water's turning the frogs gay?
That's been said, and there are three. Vlad has all kinds.
Because a woman goes through this. Nah, there's some other shit. You better figure this shit out. And a lot of it has to do with, your diet. The chemicals that are out here. And the concepts, along with the concepts and thoughts that they're implanting in people's minds. Everybody that has a rebuttal to all this shit, it always is the same shit. That's why it was planted into society. They'll say the same shit.
I haven't watched a single second of Will of Grace in my life.
That's why
they're trying to program us, dude.
That's why I only eat pussy.
I don't even masturbate, dude. That shit's gay as fuck.
Put my man's hand on my penis. That's the gayest shit ever.
I don't even scratch my balls, dude.
I can give myself a hand job like that. What am I, fucking
Some
gay?
fucking gay shit. I don't know. I don't even watch porn unless it's just two bitches kissing.
Yeah, when I come, I eat it because I don't even want that shit on my socks.
Like we were talking earlier, slut shaming. She didn't make that up. What is he slut shaming?
Oh, you're inventing this shit.
Blaming?
The food makes you gay. You invented that. You came up with that on your own. I'm not gonna find some wackadoo fucking Muslim minister that came up with that shit.
I mean, Alex Jones.
I
mean, he took it a step further, and says that it's just the water's just turning the frogs gay.
Exactly.
God only knows what it's doing to us.
Yeah, and that's just fucking French people drinking that gay water.
You know, how many times have you heard somebody say that? Like, they didn't make that shit up. They're just parroting what they,
Like
oh,
you would
that's a
fuck
good one.
Amber
Slut
Rose.
shaming.
Fuck.
Let me
Oh
break
wait,
that
no,
one
you wouldn't,
down.
because you're gay.
You know? Like,
Just let me
I'm
watch
sorry.
it for a minute, and then you can comment.
Okay, go on.
Because I'll start it, and then you'll wait until he's talking and I can hear him, and then you'll fucking shout at the screen. Also, you don't have to lean in and say it to the guy's face. He's not here.
Okay.
You can just say it.
All right.
like, the fuck out of here. Like, that young man said some shit that needed to be said. And his people, especially down south, they gonna understand exactly what, you know what I mean? What are you saying?
Well, Waka Flocka clarifies Caitlyn Jenner comments after backlash.
Okay.
Let's take
so
a look
we're
at what he
going-
says.
Okay.
Real people respect real shit, not headlines. So now I'm homophobic because they don't agree with Caitlyn Jenner. Shaking my head. I'm not a politician, so I can never be politically correct. I have nothing against transgender people. I simply feel we need to be careful with what our children see as sensationalized.
That's really funny because that's a very similar argument that people in the Klan or neo-Nazis say. It's just like, we don't hate black people.
You just disagree with their existence.
And we think that they should be separate. Like, it's not a fuck you. It's just like get over there.
I'm sorry, every time I hear Waka Flocka, I just think Waka Waka.
I'm not racist. I just
Hate gay people. I just hate black people.
I just want my whole life to be a don't ask, don't tell situation. Don't bring that gay shit in my face. All right.
Yeah, don't acknowledge his existence on television. By the way, that's the policy in Russia.
What?
You know, you're not allowed to have any reference to gay people on television.
I'm
No
sure
parades,
they
nothing.
sneak in some dumb shit, just like in.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever watched those like compilations of like
Yeah, anytime
creepy jokes that like have been written into kids shows
Oh,
growing
yeah,
up and
yeah.
that, like you didn't even notice
Oh yeah,
until
Ren
later.
and Stimpy apparently were fucking
Well, that
flaming.
yeah, a lot of that show had a lot of adult humor in
Yeah,
it.
well that was for adults, I guess.
Yeah, mostly.
Children's brains are a constant development to adulthood, and they pay attention to everything whether we want to accept it or not.
Apparently well into adulthood.
Understand the technique by the press called bait and click. Ads make money, and all these websites have ads. I'm not homophobic. I have nothing against the gay community. I'm still standing on what I said. I'm not a fan of transgenders marketed like a superhero. And yes, I was wrong for using the word evil. I apologize for that. And every person I offended. Wrong choice of words. I'm a father now, so I look at life a lot differently. Now I'm in Texas on my way to a pool party.
Fozzie Bear with
I mean, I
Fozzie
like his,
Bear.
you know.
He didn't really back down.
No, and I'm glad.
He did apologize for using the word evil.
Okay? And that was his preference to do so.
Do you feel it's evil?
Do I feel being transgender is evil?
Yeah.
No. But I think some people are out there trying to use it in an evil way. I think it's...
Don't use those fake tits for evil purposes.
I'm afraid that the next thing he's gonna bring up is athletes, trans athletes, and the random. That would just be so funny if he's just like, these motherfuckers out here going through sex changes just to go pro. It's
Just
bullshit.
to be president. These women be turning into men just to become president.
They're like, oh, I wasn't a good enough wrestler as a man, so I'm gonna become a woman because that's how much I love wrestling. All right, let's see what he's got here
I'm
for the
gonna
last.
cut off my penis because I'm desperate to become a swim champion.
Let's see this last.
Yeah, it's just a couple of seconds.
It's a more of a confusion than being evil. You know?
It can be used for evil purposes.
Yeah, no, it's not evil.
Don't use that sex change operation for evil purposes.
Don't you go. What?
I'm gonna use.
Hey, lady, female to male, don't rape anybody with your big lady clit.
maybe it'll, like, you could be like a male to female so that you can, like, bring a bomb into an airport easier under your burqa. You know, that's how you use dressing for evil purposes.
I don't think there's many trans women in the Muslim community.
Really? But they can put bombs and pretend they're boobs.
That's such a
Two
ridiculous.
missiles as breasts.
Can you imagine being being
transgender for
a
evil?
Muslim man and then just being like, I think I'm trans, and just throwing away your life and becoming a woman and nobody respecting you, not being able to speak unless spoken to.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's just.
I hate driving,
It's
so
just
I'm going
a
to become a
sub.
woman.
He's not even trans. He's just a sub.
I hate driving, so I'm going to become a woman. I just love that. I would have used the sex change for evil purposes. Those are the funniest parts. That and
And the food.
no, well, and Waka Flocka.
I've seen Waka Flocka live. Well,
Did
I went
you?
to see Odd Future in Atlanta, and that's where Waka's from and lives. And the lead rapper guy for Odd Future, Tyler, the Creator, at the time, like, Waka was his favorite rapper. So he
Really?
showed up at the end and did a
That's
couple
ironic.
songs. It was crazy.
That's ironic.
Yeah, that was cool.
Isn't Tyler like a?
Yeah.
He likes to stick his finger
He likes to stick his finger.
in guys' butts.
I don't know if he's ever. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised by that at all.
Wow.
I wouldn't be like, that doesn't sound like Tyler, but
So that's a fun thing to do, right? You think so? I mean, we could do Professor Griff next, but that's a long haul. That's really funny though. That gets into all kinds of shit. Like
what's
Quincy Jones.
Professor Griff?
Professor Griff was the well, he was in Public Enemy, but he didn't actually do anything. He was like the Ringo Starr of Public Enemy.
Was he in the movie? Oh wait, that's NWA.
But even though Ringo Starr did a lot more in the Beatles than Professor Griff didn't really do anything.
Yeah,
he was
Ringo
more like the
Starr.
head dancer.
He had the coolest name in the Beatles.
Yeah, and he had a great drum, Tomorrow Never Knows, and he sang Octopus's Garden. But then in an interview, he claimed that all the wars in the world were started by Jews. Maybe as if Ringo Starr went, all the worlds.
All the words. Imagine.
Let me tell you about
the Jews.
my position on race and IQ. Anyways.